Hello, it's Rob here and welcome to my video on installing a cockpit into my Tamiya Aqroshot body. As you can see, when I built this and painted it, I didn't smoke the windows because I was going to see if I could get a body to fit, and this is what I've come up with. It's a polycarbonate single driver cockpit, as you can see, and fairly cheap. I think it was less than £9. As you can see, somebody's already been hacking at it. So as I assume you can see, it's way too wide, so I'm going to need to cut it down a lot, but I reckon I'll get it to fit. I think I'll be able to put some Velcro here and somewhere on the back here. I'm not sure where yet, maybe down here, maybe up here, and I can always cut out these sides to get it to fit, especially as there's only the one driver. So we'll leave that there, move that out of the way, and it does come with a few bits, but as you can see, they're all clear plastic. So we've got the driver head, we've got a fire extinguisher, we've got ancillary dials, steering wheel, some rectangle of plasticky thing, door mirrors by the looks of that, a gear shift and a handbrake. And then on top of that, it does supply you with a decal sheet, but I don't think they're the best, and we shall see. But hey, for £9 you can't argue really. We've got a main dashboard, an ancillary computer and such forth and so on. So I'll get on and fit the driver and be back to you shortly. I've now cut the cockpit out, and I've started to go around and put a couple of the holes in, ready to glue and screw the bits on. It now fits in like so, and I've made big holes, fairly big holes, for the body posts to go through, and hopefully I won't need to make them bigger. It all depends on how thick the Velcro is once I get it all finished off and attached. So what I'm going to do now is start prepping this for painting, and I'm going to try some of this liquid mask. I've never used it before. I've had a quick watch on YouTube about how this is done, and as per usual there's loads of different things and different ways of doing it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the driver. I'm just going to mask the driver off around here and all around there, and some of the legs here and so on, and then I'm going to spray the whole bottom black, hopefully peel this mask off, and then I'm not sure, but I might spray the driver silver. But to begin with, I need to mask this area off. So we'll get started. And I'm going over the edge of where I want to go, because I don't want to go there, do I? Oh well, I was forgetting about that being the back there, so we'll go over here instead. I can always peel that off in a bit. And again, I'll make no apologies if I'm doing this wrong, but I've seen various videos of people doing similar stuff using airbrushes and paint brushes and so forth. So I'm just going to carry on and hopefully do a single coat here, and then I think another 2 coats. I think most people recommend a minimum of 3. And we'll leave that to, as I've said so often in the last few weeks, leave that to dry. And we'll stick another couple of coats on, and then we'll get spraying. While I'm waiting for the liquid mask to dry, I've been going round and painting up the other accessories that go with the driver. So we've got the gear stick, which I've done with semi-gloss black. And what's that one called? This one is called Metallic Grey, Tamiya XF56, and I think the semi-gloss black is Tamiya X18, and I've used those 2 colours quite a lot for this build. We've then got the steering wheel, which again I've done with the metallic grey and the semi-gloss black, and then training yellow for the centre point, and again the same semi-gloss black and metallic grey for the handbrake. And then we've got Tamiya X7 gloss red for the fire extinguisher, and again the metallic grey for the straps and the control valves. And as you can see, I've already stuck one of the decals on. And then we've got the secondary instrument panel, which again we've got the X18 and the metallic silver, and then I've used the blue dials out of the stickers to go on there. And then once they were all dried and the paint cured and everything, I then went over all of them with some Humbrol clear gloss varnish just to get the shine up a bit. And I think I've got this handbrake handle to do again before I finish them. And then we come on to the driver's helmet, which again I've used X6, which is the orange gloss, and then for his very pale skin I've used my own mix of Tamiya skin tone with various different colours, mainly white, just to lighten it up a bit. And for his eyes I've used the Tamiya X2 gloss white, and I have just gone round and touched the white up a bit because I wasn't quite happy with the lines, so I've now got to wait and leave that to dry before I can start doing the colour of the eyes and his pupils. So we'll be back shortly, and hopefully I'll either do the eyes or we'll start cutting the mask off ready to spray. I'm now going to try and show you how I do the eyes on my driver. As you can see, I've got two cocktail sticks, and the one I've just cut off the point. What's that, about 5mm down from the tip roughly, to square it off, and then we get our driver and we get our blue for the blue of his eyes, and I simply dip the cocktail stick in, and you might not be able to see this because I need to get quite close. It's run, but we can sort that out. Quickly this stuff dries, like so. And then we leave that to dry, and I might have to do some tidying up of skin tone, and then we can add the black. I'm now going to do the pupils. So for this I've got the other end of my toothpick, which you still got the point on, and again using the lid, after shaking it all up a bit, we put a dab on, and then we line it up, and we just put a dot on, maybe a bit more. And there we have the pupils. The liquid mask's now dried, and I've gone round and cut it all out, shall we say, or cut the excess off from around the edges, so we can go ahead and spray it and see what happens. So I'll be back shortly. The paint's now dried on the black coat, shall we say, so we need to see if we can get this mask off. So let's see how we do. Let's try here. Yeah, it's not too bad once you get going. There we go. I think I cocked up a bit there, but I'm sure we can sort that out. So I'll see what I can do with these bits here, and then we just need to decide on a colour and spray it. I'm still not sure. I think I might go for silver, because I've got some silver polycarbonate paint, and then you can have his orange helmet on top and it might look a bit like the chrome, but we'll see once it's sprayed. So I'll be back shortly. I've finished spraying the cockpit, as you can see, and I don't know whether it's the polycarbonate that this is made from or what, but the silver, I think I ended up with at least 5 coats before I got any real coverage, but as you can see, is already done. I've painted the outside of his harness and the little accents on his gloves. I've glued the handbrake and the gear stick and the instrument cluster in place, so we've got just a couple more things to do before I'll screw his head on. And the first one is I think I'll go for the fire extinguisher. Now what I've done with this is to try and make sure it sticks to the polycarbonate with my Contactor Professional, which is poly cement. I have sanded both the surfaces to rough it up a bit, and what I will be doing, hopefully if I can get it to work, is I'll be using one of my clamps to clamp it in position just to hold it down until the glue sets. So with that, he says, oh, it is coming out, brilliant. I think I may have put a bit too much on there, but we'll spread it out a bit and get a bit off. And then I'll turn this round so we can get it just about central-ish. Like so. Just give it a quick check. Yes, it's a bit off, but it'll do. And then I'm going to try and position this so that I can just put a bit of pressure on. Oops. And then I'm just going to leave that for about half an hour, just for the glue to take hold. I think I might be able to do, or at least insert the steering wheel. And what I've discovered is I've had to sand this down quite a bit, and I've put it at an angle because the holes, I think, are in the wrong place really, or this bit of plastic should be further back, but who knows. All I know is that I couldn't get it all the way in, oops, until I'd sanded the back down. So I'll just insert that ready. And I've made it as tight a fit as I can to help when I come to glue it. So I'll leave it there for half an hour and get back to you when hopefully that fire extinguisher's in place. Now the fire extinguisher's glued in place, so we can move on to the last two bits. So we'll just get straight into it. And for gluing the steering wheel on, and the same with the gear stick, I get my glue and I just go round the underneath. And use quite a lot, and hopefully it'll run down some of the scrap bit of polycarbonate that I couldn't get off, and then we just leave that to dry. As I say, as you saw earlier, it's a really tight fit anyway. So the last job, almost the last job should we say, is to fit his head, and hopefully the screw will go through. I haven't checked this since I did it, so with all the paint that I've had to been spraying on, let's close the gap up a bit, but there we go. And I have already pre-screwed in the screw. And there we go. And there he is in place, if you can see there. And then we've just got to fit him, and I've got my double-sided tape, my double-sided Velcro stroke hook and loop all ready to go, so we'll stick him in and see how he looks.